topic of your literacy narrative?
How Lewis Black, the comedian and actor, influenced my writing.
How did he influence your writing?
Um,
First of all, who is he? Can you say a little bit about who Lewis Black
Lewis
is?
Black started off as a comedian with The Daily Show. He's very politically oriented, and then after his stint with The Daily Show, he went into normal stand-up, where he became famous, and then a couple people approached him to write a book. He wrote his first book, which ended up becoming a New York Times bestseller.
What was the book?
Nothing Sacred. And then he wrote two more. The second one was about his beliefs on religion. His first one was kind of like how he grew up in his life and how it influenced his writing and his everything else in his life, like how he gets all his weird opinions. And then the third one, I don't know yet because I haven't got to it.
Okay, so which book specifically do you think influenced you?
Nothing Sacred, which is his first one, where he talks about his life and experiences that he had and how it makes him have his opinions and his beliefs as they are, like how these events in his life shaped how he thinks.
What events?
Just growing up, going to college during the 60s, growing up in Washington, D.C., and always, how he really didn't like politics, but he lived in Washington and had to deal with it every day, So he just naturally fell into it, and how he grew up Jewish, and he hates being Jewish, he hates being Catholic, and stuff like that, and all this other stuff. How he dabbled in acting when he was in college, and got out of that, and all that other stuff.
So what was it specifically about that book that influenced you, and how?
Well, as a comedian, he's very, out there. He's he yells a lot, and he doesn't really, he forces his opinion onto you, and he almost writes exactly like how he talks. Some writers don't do that. They hold back, especially more distinguished writers, like somebody who'd write political stuff like Sean Hannity or somebody like that. Like any of these people from the news companies would kind of hold back and be a little more conservative what they write. He just lets it go, and when he writes, you can almost picture him yelling it, and like he would on stage, like his stand-up, and just being crazy and just saying what he thinks he wants to say, and that influenced my writing because I never really realized you can yell in your writing, you can force your opinion, no matter the topic that he talked about, he had an opinion, and he found a way to get passionate about it and elaborate on it. A lot of times in school, and they make you write formal essays, they give you a topic, you're like, oh, I don't know anything about this topic, or I don't really care about any of this stuff. But there's always that one bit that you can find that you can take your opinion and get passionate about it and be able to write what you feel.